sponsored by Jeans Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the official dealership of Life in Alaska.
Hello, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook here in the sports seat for you this evening. Hope you had a good weekend. And if you missed anything, we got you covered for this weekend recap. We start with the Ice Dogs. The biggest crowd of the season was on hand for the last Ice Dogs home game. After a scoreless first period, the Wild would get the top side of the scoreboard at the 12:27 mark of the second period on a Max McHugh goal. The Ice Dogs, though, they answered quickly. By quickly, I mean 13 seconds. Lawrence Cornelius scored on Robert Nichols thanks to the dish by teammate Taylor Munson. It's a 1-1 game. In the third, Wenatchee scores again. This one by Joe Sullivan at the 12:39 mark. 2-1 Wild, but the momentum for Wenatchee was shorter than Lawn Gnomes. Fairbanks answered 9 seconds later. Colton Walter made it a 2-2 game, and credit the nice assist to Brett Gervais. With 6:11 left in the game, a deflected pass finds its way to Garrett Clement, who makes a gorgeous pass to Munson, who taps it in, giving Fairbanks a 3-2 advantage. The Ice Dogs defense held off Wenatchee for a 3-2 win, sending the home crowd in a frenzy as the Ice Dogs win the critical Game 4.
Our backs were up against the wall coming into this game, and we knew we had to come out with an A effort. And I thought for the most part we did that, and every time they got a chance or scored, we answered right back, so that was good.
I was definitely surprised. I mean, definitely after that second one in the third period, I was like, oh, here we go. And then shortly after we got two, and before I knew we were in the lead, so it was definitely good.
That's the way it's been all year for us. Like, nothing's been easy, and I guess that's the way they want it. So, yeah, I thought we brought more energy to the game tonight, and we got rewarded for our efforts in the end.
Keeping our heads and just working hard, playing the game we know how to play. It's a simple game. Make simple plays and just play a simple, boring game. We should be able to do it.
And the must-win victory for Fairbanks ties the West Division Finals at 2 games apiece. In the locker room, the Ice Dogs coaching staff gave out game pucks to Perry, Cornelia, Doug Rose, Gervais, Zach Raw, and Munson. But Game 5 is where it all ends. A trip to the Robinson Cup in Frisco, Texas is on the line in Game 5 Tuesday night in Wenatchee. And the 33rd annual Chena River Run was Saturday in West Fairbanks, and over 700 runners showed up despite the cold temperatures. The start of the 5K was at Wood River Elementary School, and there was an exhilarating finish at Princess Riverside Lodge. Coming down the stretch, a fight for first place. Old school versus new school. UAF runner and skier Ross McDougall and Stian Stensland, and the elder Stensland walks down McDougall and wins by mere inches. What a finish. The women's race wasn't as close. Tara Wilkins was fresh off a first place win in last week's Autism 5K, and she wins again. Stensland talks about his exciting finish in the men's race.
I died a little bit there and they overtook me. But I was kind of like, okay, second is good too. But that's all. He wasn't getting any more distance on me, so I was, okay, let's try a last sprint. And fortunately, I was able to pass him right before the finish line here. So it's good.
There were some really great runners in this race, and I was just trying to tag along with them, and then ultimately was able to get past them with their phenomenal runners. So I wouldn't have done it without people that good running in the race.
And on Friday night, UAF handed out awards at the All Sports Banquet. Junior swimmer Bente Heller was named Alaska Female Athlete of the Year for the second year in a row. Sophomore Ryan Anderson of the rifle team was the Male Athlete of the Year. Heller, a 9-time All-American, became the first Natick swimmer to win a national championship in program history with her 100-yard backstroke varsity record swim in the NCAAs. She also set 4 records in other events. Anderson was tops in small bore and air rifle to lead the Natick into 4th place in the NCAA championships. The sophomore was a first-team All-American in small bore and second-team All-American in air rifle. The men's basketball team MVP was senior Dominique Brinson. For women's basketball, senior Taylor Altenberg. Senior Andy Toronto, now an Alaska Aces right ringer, was the hockey team's MVP. Redshirt freshman Ross McDougall was the men's cross-country MVP. Allison McFeeters, the junior, was the women's cross-country and skiing MVP. The men's skiing MVP was freshman Michael Fehrenbach. And for volleyball, sophomore setter Caitlin Matea was named MVP. Now, please don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger, but there are more game cancellations. The softball and baseball games scheduled for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday have been canceled. The Marlin Newby and Davis Field still aren't ready yet. By the end of the week, the hope is to finally have some baseball and softball games in the interior. This in an email by Steve Zanazzo, Lathrop's activities coordinator David Klein, the AD over at Delta Junction, has made their field available if need be. We'll see how it all turns out for what will be an unfortunately very short spring sports season. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Stay cool, Alaska. Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next, and we'll catch you next time.